Welcome back to The Grind. In this video, we're going to look at some of the initial gameplay that I have done with the buffed version of Sepulla. Unfortunately, I have not had any defended runs yet, and if you do want to just get a review of the details of the buff of Sepulla, I do have a video on my channel. I'll put it in the description below to review all the changes to the spells, and I will do my best to get some defended gameplay for or after the weekend. So this first base against my friend Justin has level 98 towers and just under 10 billion defense. And for dragons at my current tier, I generally use this base as an indication of if the dragon is good or not, even undefended, because most dragons struggle and cannot actually complete this base even undefended at my tier. And you will also notice that I typically use this auto flight feature while using sorcerers primarily, because it allows you to focus more on casting spells rather than having to constantly go from spells to swiping in circles to use the basic attacks. And especially with Sepulla, after using Death Shriek and getting that damage bonus, the auto attacks do significant amounts of damage. So you can see this flight, I did use the A to destroy a couple towers in front, and I took a hit from the howitzer tower, and the shield was on the dark flak, so I wanted to get as much damage on it as possible from the start. You can use A, ashes to ashes, to freeze the howitzer shots, but because of the shield that was applied on the initial ashes to ashes spell, it did not one-shot me, and I did manage to get through that whole kill island, but unfortunately did leave about 1/3 of the health on the front mage, but was very close to completing the entire island 100%. And then even though I did lose the summon near the end of that island, I was able to finish the towers off. And you can see if you keep the rage up, you can use the Death Shriek to get damage bonus, and then the ashes to ashes to really destroy towers, because it does a lot of damage after Death Shriek has been applied. Now this base is level 94 to 95s and over 12 billion defense. Not sure how this defense power has been inflated a little bit more, but we're going to go through a couple more flights. In this one, I did use ashes to ashes to freeze the howitzer at the back, and then the second shot destroyed the howitzer as well as the tower beside it, and then continuing to use Death Shriek when the towers are unfrozen. You can see right at the end there I lost the summon, and the hardest part that I've found so far is coordinating when and where to place Madrigal marks so that you can keep your rage supply up. Now this is a short setup with actually a 14 billion defense, mostly level 97 towers, but there is a howitzer hiding on the back of Island 1 that is 101, and so that one snuck up on me, and I did end up dying to it the first run. In this run, I used ashes to ashes first on the front 3 towers and then second on the back 3 towers, and let the swipe attacks and summon do the rest of it while trying to freeze intermittently and apply Madrigal mark to keep my rage up. I came around with half health on the summon and only 2 rage, and then on this one I was not prepared for the howitzer, so I got hit by it and died. On this next run, I used ashes to ashes on the front 3 towers twice in a row to destroy those towers completely and let the summon do the work on the mage, and then focused on the other towers. I came out with a lot more health on the summon as well as 4 rage left on Sepulla, so that was a lot more effective. And then I used ashes to ashes to freeze the back howitzer and kept using ashes to ashes on it so that it wouldn't kill me. I did get hit actually once by it, unfortunately, but thankfully it did not one-shot me, and then my summon took the full beating and died. And because I was low on rage and wasn't managing my Madrigal mark as well, I was not able to get up the rage to use Death Shriek and then ashes to ashes to destroy all of those farms and mills, but I did get over 80% on it. So that's all I have for now. I did want to get some early gameplay out. I know the other Creators Faction members have placed several videos on their channels already, so do go check those out. They are primarily at higher tiers, mostly max tier, but be aware that initially, when they received the dragons, they were given a level 100 dragon, when the max available currently for Sepulla is level 96, I believe it is. So they were getting the Sepulla that should be equal to level 115 towers, and then flying it against the level 110 towers, which are currently max for the game now. And that was because of a mistake made by the support team that put the dragons onto their accounts. So those initial videos are actually with Sepulla that is not currently possible in the game. And that is why Sepulla looked extremely overpowered. Now, I don't think that Sepulla is that overpowered, and you'll see if some of them have put out some other updated videos after getting the correct level Sepulla. So it's a little bit less overwhelmingly strong, and some of them are feeling like it's a bit underwhelming, but definitely still much better than it used to be. I think that Sepulla is much better, and I feel like from what I'm used to, Sepulla is fairly reasonable for a mythic sorcerer, but I have not yet had a chance to test against defended bases, so I might revise my opinion after that. But I am very happy, at least initially, seeing how Sepulla has turned out with these changes. I feel like we have now some of the abilities to deal with the major problems that previously existed with Sepulla, such as being able to freeze the howitzer from a distance and allowing us to protect Sepulla a little bit more with the shield from Ashes to Ashes. And once you use Death's Shriek and then use Ashes to Ashes, you can do a fair bit of damage to towers with just Sepulla's spells alone and not relying 100% on the summon itself to deal damage. So keep an eye out on my channel for hopefully some defended gameplay this weekend, and check out the other creators factions channels and social medias for other details and other gameplay at different tiers. Let me know in the comments what you think so far about what you've seen with Sepulla now that the changes have gone live and some videos have been put out. So I'll do my best to get another video out as soon as I can, and as well as the Morta video. I do apologize for the delay on that. I'm working on finishing the edits and just having a hard time finding the time to get that done. But this weekend is my goal to get those videos out. So take care, and I'll see you in the next video.